Hey there, everybody. I hope you're having a great, I started to say Wednesday, but by golly, if any, Thor's days, my favorite days of the week because it beckons to the spirit of Thor, the god of thunder. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. I recently saw Miss Leanne cull her pens. Now, this was super interesting to me because this is my pen caddy. I rarely use anything in here, but I thought, it would be if I could get it in a manageable visual place that I would use these pens more. So that's kind of my mission today, is to take things out of the caddy and decide about the pens that I want to use. Now, this is, I know that we're all into pens and we're all into paper. I've kind of not quite gravitated to like the ink and fountain pen kind of thing, mostly because that's just not in my budget. But it's super cool when people, and I'm going to show you a pen that my brother-in-law made. I think it's really neat when people, in this day and age of texting and not physically writing things, that people still love a wonderful pen, a wonderful fountain pen with a beautiful nib, and ink pens and things like that. So I really applaud y'all, for jumping on that train. I really love it because it beckons to kind of the old times, doesn't it? The olden times, the olden days. This is my pen caddy that my friend Ophelia gave me. It says, "Rabbit, everyday smile, happy together, you and me, happy for you." I've had it for years and years. This is the caddy that sits on my desk. My little pen case that sits on my desk every day. So I thought we would look at that first, and then we'll start culling pens. So what's in here? Always a Dick Blick glue stick. This is the, I use a glue stick until it's gone, and then I switch it out. I have a black Posca pen. These are things that I use every day. This is a white Posca pen. I use this mainly as whiteout because it just works great over pen when I put something in my planner or in my journal that I want to white out. I use the super nice Posca pen. I also have a Sharpie pen. It has a skinny nib on it, and I really do love this, and I use it quite often. My go-to always is my Sharpie. I like Sharpies with a sharp point on them, and sometimes Sharpies, well, a lot of times, if you use them like I do, which is a lot, then the point dulls on them. I don't throw them away. I put them in my big pen caddy, and I use them for markering things. But this one is basically to make lines with in my planner. This is one of my favorite things in the world, is a Stabilo 0.88 fine 0.4. I really love this pen. It's kind of similar to the Sharpie. But someone gave this to me, and I always keep it with my pens because it just is a sweet memory. I also keep a wee little Bible in here, just kind of tucked in. If I should have to immediately leave the house, this can be folded, zipped, and easily put into a bag. And that is why, I kind of love it. Now let's tuck this back in here, and I'm ordering these in the order that I typically use them. Okay, so the Stabilo, the Sharpie, the Posca pens, my everyday Sharpie right here, and my Dick Blick glue stick, and we're just going to zip that. I wanted to show you this pen that my brother-in-law made. Is that not just the most beautiful thing? And it's got heft to it, man. It is heavy, and I just enjoy it. Now, he is a woodworker, You guys might remember that he was on tour with Queen in 2019 and was supposed to be on tour with Queen in 2020 before, you know, the COVID kind of put the kibosh on all that. But he turned this barrel, and it is absolutely just so beautiful. I really, really enjoy this pen, so I'm going to slip that back in here too. On this side, I've got my Snoopy Christmas multicolor pen. I love this pen because it has a stamp in the top. Isn't that just neat? Can you see it? No. Or there it is. Snoopy, the first thing that my daddy ever bought me after I was born was a little wind-up Snoopy. And to this day, you can still wind him up and he walks, and it's really sweet. I also have a, I don't know who that character is. But anyway, obviously she's a vampire, and I think this is, I don't know what it's from. But it's really fun. Lots of colors up here, and I really enjoy this pen. I think I got this one I think I got both of them at the Dollar Tree. And then I have my like kind of indispensable highlighters that I use when, you know, when I'm like, doing anything. I'm big on highlighting. I also keep a mechanical pencil in here. I tend to write a lot in pencil. I don't know why, but I enjoy the way that pencil feels on paper. So, you know, maybe that goes back to my school days, which I really, really enjoyed. I had a good time in school, except for math. And that wasn't fun at all. Oh, my Write All the Time pen is a Papermate Inkjoy 100 1.0 millimeter. This is my go-to pen. The barrel on it has flat edges, and it just feels really, really good, you know, in your fingers. So I'm just going to tuck that back in there too. Again, thanks, Ophelia, for giving me this. I just love it. I love it. All right, let's kind of get started here. I did pull out a pad, and, you know, let's just see what we have. I'm going to cull pens so I can use them, and I want to put them in. I have two sections here in this little pen case. So that's the section there. My idea is not to get too carried away with this. So just pick out a few things to work with and see how often I go to this pen case. And if I don't go to this pen case and use these pens, then they can move on in love to someone else. That's kind of my philosophy right now, as you know, I'm dedicated to downsizing. Black fountain pens, these are go-to pens. These are just extras, and I use these all the time. Blue pens, same thing. Not super fond of blue pens, but you know, okay, it's fun to have a few around. Mechanical pencils, yes, I use mechanical pencils all the time. Someone gave me these. Chris just bought these because he was going to do a custom poster for the band that he's playing in, but then he decided against it when he decided he could do it in a digital fashion a whole lot easier. A whole lot easier. These are Inkjoy pens. Again, the super luscious barrels that I really, really like. My friend gave these to me, so, you know, one of those precious things that I've kind of packed away and not used. But I am definitely, and I'm going through just to make sure that they work. And they all work. I love the, this is 1.0 millimeters. Yay, they're all working. Uh-oh. Oop, yep. And the green. And more purple. All right. And some lime green. Look at all those colors. I mean, those are super colors to use for spring, right? All right, so these are going in the caddy. These are a couple Stabilo kind of pens that, you know, I do want to keep because I do like a super fine line occasionally. So my first pens, my culled pens, are going in here. All right, now I've got Sharpie markers. These are like a highlighting marker that my sister gave me, and I do use these when I'm doing big-ish kind of things, but I'm not going to put them in my culled markers. More Sharpie, you can just never have too many highlighters, obviously, because I've got a whole lot. These are Spica pens, and I think that my son bought these for me, so I wanted to kind of try these because they have a bit of a sparkle to them. So let's see if they are, yeah, okay, so they're working. I think this will be the next set that I put into my new pen case. Oh my goodness, they're all working just great, y'all. And while this is not exactly a pen, you know, it's kind of more like a marker. To me, the line value says pen. So there we go. And the colors match, so I like that a lot. Okay, so let's chuck these in here. These are some awesome, awesome, wonderful calligraphy pens. I don't do a lot of calligraphy, so these may be like one of those things that, you know, I might take out and use, you know, put it in my pen case to use just to get me kind of, just to experiment with, right? Let's see, let's look at this calligraphy pen. Let's see. It's kind of squishy. You know, on the tip of it. So I'm not sure if that would be the one to... Hey, look at this one. Okay, this is a double header. Okay, so that's the skinny end. Okay, so okay, that kind of might be something to experiment with. You know, what we're doing here is just kind of broadening our horizons. So I think that I am going to put this calligraphy pen in my bag, and we'll just bundle up the rest of them. I have some distress crayons, and I do use these often when I'm making art trading cards. I have these Prismacolor Premier fine line markers as well, and I'm not sure what condition these are in. Okay, so those are in good shape too. I hope I'm not boring you guys. But what I'm seeing is they're kind of just kind of a fine line marker, right? They do have that marker-ish quality to them. I think I am going to take out a few of these. I'm going to take this color, maybe a brown, and we'll experiment around with those and see what they look like. So in goes the calligraphy pen, and a few of these Prismacolor Fine Line markers. So you can see that I've got little things to play with here now. These are Faber-Castell and some praying markers. I really like these. Now they, you know, have a tendency to behave like a paintbrush, which is like the brush pen right here. But I think that I'm going to keep these in here. I'm not brush penning right now. I also have Micron archival ink markers, pens. And again, I'm thinking that I probably have enough here to experiment with and decide if I want to keep or not, especially the calligraphy pens, because I'm just like not into calligraphy. And that's not the only calligraphy set I have. I also have Sharpie. Now these are liquid highlighters. Again, can never have too many highlighters. I really love working in charcoal, and you know, as time permits, I would like to do more work with charcoal. These are Uniball fine line pens. Again, things like this kind of never go out of fashion. They never go out of date. They and these are illustrative. These are Pigma Sensei, Sakura. And these are actually illustration markers, which to me is kind of like a fine line Sharpie, you know. But again, you know, it's nice to have these. And not just for me, but for Chris as well, because he, you know, like the other day, he was like, I think I want to draw a poster. And I was like, well, you know, I have lots of stuff for you to choose from. and when I put my pens downstairs, he was like, oh my Lord, that's a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know. It's probably way too much stuff, but, you know, I think when you are downsizing, you know, when you're determined to do that, that you do, I am learning to manage my downsizing and keep things that I really do love. And, you know, that's like less and less and less and less, you know, of that. Does it spark joy kind of thing, or does it make me really annoyed when it's too much of a thing? Okay, let's see what we ended up with, my friends. We ended up with a dual point calligraphy pen, and I think that this will be fun. You know, this is like a marker. It's called a double header. We ended up with a few Prismacolor fine line markers. So I've got 3 of those, and I just put those in the front pouch here of this little pen case. And then I kept these luscious Spica at You Spica. I really do like these. It says twinkling like stars right there. And they really do add a very twinkly quality without an overwhelming glitter quality. You know what I'm talking about? And I just love the colors. And they're made in Japan. Good, you know, really good art stuff is made in Japan. And my precious Paper Made Ink Joy pens that my friend gave me that I really, really, really love. So that is what I'm keeping in my pen case. I'll kind of report in and let you know how I'm using this, in addition to my everyday carry EDC, if you're into the prepping community. My EDC, always with me, pen case that stays on my desk. Now I'm going to put both of these on my desk, and then I'll report in and let you know how my experimenting is going with this setup of things in this pen case. Okay, I hope I didn't bore you to death. Okay, see you later. Bye.